Like
Okay,
the
recording
area.
is live. Alright.
It is 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 people rang.
Your team is blue team here, okay.
Yep.
Team's fighting across the point. Heavy's going across the other side, probably calling a walk. You won't really get bathhouse presence here. Heavy lefts.
Yeah, it's like they weren't called that they were all right side. There was enough demo spam on right side, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely be sending either like more things bathhouse on the mid-fight or make sure you're supporting more people on bathhouse. Bathhouse is like very important to the mid-fight, but since their heavy is like a little out of position taking a solo fight, it's fine anyways. It does look like your combo is a little bit out of sync though, like your scout's kind of alone on the right side while the rest of your combo is swinging towards the left. It's definitely important to just have everybody be walking across the same side. Your heavy's getting a bit baited or is baiting there. Probably just keep airing them with your medic for a bit, have your bath players try and support him. Your heavy probably sticks more to this side here. Doesn't look like it really ends up mattering though, you'll get out anyways, and now you're pushing into bathhouse, the enemy team's leaving bath open. Yeah, honestly this is fine to do, bathhouse is so important. I will say though, you should probably be working your sniper like around this sightline in bathhouse once you get bathhouse, and you can just like lock down the right side of the point and you can just kind of flood across at that point.
That's what they were doing and it was annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah, basically sniper in bathhouse just solo wins the game if your sniper is good and your team plays around him. It's really nice to have here. That's good. Heavy's a little bit forward. Yeah, it looks like your combo's just like a little out of sync when it comes to when they're taking that fight there. Your sniper probably gets killed here, and that should be called. Should be turning for that, and you should definitely be backing all the way out at this point. You don't want to be staying in when you're only up your demo man and medic. You're just asking to like get dropped or forced here, and that's what ends up happening.
Yep.
Once you're down that many people, like heavy pyro, you don't have bath either. Just start backing out. Either go left or right side. If you go right side, it's usually a bit easier, but there's a decent chance to get dropped on by a spy or soldier. The main benefit to going this side though is that you're not crossing as big of a sniper sightline if they're playing like bats or so. They can kind of watch it. So it's just like your team isn't really sure on what they're committing to there, like or like when to back out rather, so you end up getting punished for it. It does look like a lot of the time your team is just sort of committing to fight bath from ruins. And usually it's a lot better to come out like the forest side along here, work your sniper to counter their sniper sightline, and then just gradually force them to come out with your combo along here. So, but initially definitely take it far, and then I would say get your sniper along here, clear their flank off, and then kind of like gradually pressure from main or so while your sniper is peeking the sightline. And then probably have like a flank member like a soldier and a heavier, so maybe just pressuring into bath itself. Basically you want pressure from two simultaneous angles there, so that they're being forced to come out to you instead of just being able to sit in bath. Whereas, I'm assuming you're calling for a sack here? Get one, that's good. But it's just like, you don't really want to default to just trying to contest them in bath here because you're just all getting funneled down the same exact spam lane, basically.
I will say that I did try to suggest, like, us pushing left, but our main caller totally went against it. And just kept insisting we try to push bath.
I see. I'd also say you probably want to be sending your sniper, like, more along here, so, like, even if they're not going full left side point, like, they can still kind of control bath rather than just, like, peeking into the sightline where they're not peeking anyways, really. So it's just, like, have your sniper play wider there, and have him be playing more for, like, bathhouse control, definitely, is what I'd say. And it's just, like, yeah, a lot of the time you're sitting around on your ruins, just getting spammed out, you're not really getting anything done there, yeah. So it's like, basically you just need to take a different approach to that, especially if it's not working to begin with. Sometimes it's like you will be able to just muscle them out, ruins or so, punish their team, but if you're not able to get anything done with it especially, then you just need to like take a step back and adjust your plans, yeah.
And the other thing is we kept pushing before I even had an Uber ready.
Ah yes, that's definitely a bit of an issue as well.
Yeah.
Soldier bombs across you, your flank gets bath presence, your heavy goes bath. Now you have bath control, your soldier should be spamming bath from point from bath. Spy gets in. I'd say the main thing that goes wrong here is that your flank gets Bath, and then they're not coming to the point soon enough. And so because you don't have heavy on your combo, and your heavy's not actively pressuring from Bath, what happens is that you just get walked across, right? So what you
Yep.
want to do is, once you get like your heavy, like other people through Bath, like on the mid fight, you just have them either pressure from here, or if it's your soldier in specific, you have them bomb across, get behind to dance floor here and spam the enemy team from above and behind, and then they have to kind of go forward to meet you while they're kind of diverting things to be looking behind as well. Like they can't safely sit back and organize a push there. And then like if your heavy's Bath, you need him peeking from this angle to support your combo, or else you're just getting walked at because you don't have a heavy on combo. Again, same sort of issue here. You are all just sort of clustering up here, dying to their sniper. Have your sniper try to work along here maybe, or go far left and go with your combo. Yeah, especially if you don't have Uber there. Okay, the one time where you do want to go into the bathhouse, it like from your own directly, is if you have an Uber advantage, you just take a demo pyro or demo heavy through, and then
Yeah.
it's just like they can't really deny you there. That's the one time you absolutely do want to do it. But if you are on Dissad, you are asking for the enemy team to wipe you. If you aren't even, then you're just getting pyro denied basically. It's like it's almost always better to force them to come out to point and have to meet you because you're edging it from the left side. And because your combo's playing with your sniper, your player's left side, their flanks are not getting anything done. Their flanks maybe even dying if they're overextending. But in general, it's like you're supporting your sniper left side point. There isn't that much threat to them, which means they have to come forward to meet you, and they have to peek the sniper sight line as well. So they have to use pretty much for it. And you're also just not dying to sniper there. You do get Bath. You don't really have any pressure from other angles though, so it's very easy for you to get funneled out. It's like, again, it's really good to have Bath, but you need to have something else as well. Like, you need to have pressure from two angles, basically, for any given push.
Yep. I totally see that.
Yeah, if the sniper was in there and you had like a soldier on far side of the point, then that would probably be very good to pinch on them.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like you just always want to be pinching, like forcing the enemy team to like divert resources. But then if you were the team that doesn't have point, and you are allowing the enemy team to focus you down in one angle, you are just losing the game. You're losing point time.
Yeah, we changed our plan so that if they own point, we take far side of point. We don't contest, other than our flank being in like bathhouse. We don't contest it. We just go for taking the far side of point.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I will say, if you're just trying to muscle them out of Bath and you're not like working your sniper along left side, definitely be sacking into them more to neutralize their Uber advantage. Like, have your soldier demo going, have your spy going from behind, have your heavy walk and try and get the force, and then that's when you can like safely play runes and just take a full Uber advantage push into them. But unless you're just not able to get anything anyways, like, I would really just highly suggest going far, yeah.
Yeah.
Here, honestly, instead of having your heavy commit to point with you, I'd suggest having your heavy pressure them from Bath, and then it's like, your heavy's getting a lot of damage done, your demo, like, your heavy and demo are basically catching them out along here, and if they're not staying back to fight your heavy is fighting them from the high, like, below cover here instead, from another angle, forcing the enemy team to look, while your scout plays closer to combo there, basically. Because it's like your scout has a lot more mobility, your scout can move all around these obelisks, just keep chipping players down, really go in and capitalize off of damage. But then your heavy, unless they're like playing like head glitch or just obelisk stationary, they're just getting so focused down because they're out of position.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like it can be really beneficial to just have a heavy be playing in bathhouse or so, because your scout is able to play with combo, get a lot more done, and then your heavy is like such a stationary threat in bathhouse that also gives you a lot of bathhouse control, which means your flank can get work done with your sniper there. Here, your team gets bathhouse, you all just sort of flood point, you're able to win as a result of that, yeah. You split the enemy team up, so you win. Let's see. Team's calling to hold behind, point here, okay. I will say it's almost always better, unless you have like significant uber disadvantage, to hold in bathhouse as the default, because you get your sniper along here. It buys you so much time, basically, yeah.
Yeah, we
looks
do
like
that now as well.
It looks like your teams have half committing to it, though. Like, if it's that late, like, you might as well not do it anyways. Like, you might as well just stay in a better position, and here it's like, you're half committed. You get caught out during the rotation, which makes your exchange a lot worse, and you do get the medic, but you get forced out of point. Like, you should be able to control point, basically, and not have to use for it there. you either stay behind point here, just deny with heavier pyro and demo, or you just take your scout in with your demo men, or you full commit to bathhouse, have your sniper make them lose players, or have to really work around your sniper to delay their point anyways, and then you push in. Dance floor. It doesn't really look like you have any players passively watching back towards dance floors, and I'm assuming that's what how you lost your medic to spy there earlier.
Yep.
Yeah. I would definitely say when you're not actively pushing, just have your pyro look up here, detonate it. Even if you're not actively finding the spy, you're basically denying the spy from having movement options. You're projecting a zone of control basically, and unless you're actively peeking something as the pyro anyways to get space, deny spammer, take a push, you always might be doing something. It's like StarCraft in a way. You want to have good APM as pyro. And using the detonator can really help project a bigger zone of control. You're not always finding the spy there, but you're just preventing them from having... you're basically telling your team this is a safe spot, or at least you can think to that to yourself and not have to worry about it. Again, it's just sort of good to do those things in the downtime unless you're actively pushing it. Besides that, having your sniper up here, just having him turn around occasionally can be good for that, or having a flank member just look around the backline from time to time. A lot of the time it really is on your pyro, though, even if they can't get that much done themselves. It's just on being able to secure it, unless they're actively taking a push. And because you're spending so much time just behind point here, just trying to take dry fights, and you're not checking behind you on dance floor, their spy is just able to constantly get in, yeah.
Their scout and soldier got in a whole bunch, too. On battlements and on dance floor.
I'd assume that's probably coming down to your flank, not really waiting to take flank fights. I'll go ahead and give the flank a little bit more focus here. But usually what ends up happening is that you have trouble in bathhouse, and your scout and soldier, or whatever flank members keep trying to directly contest bathhouse, and then they never really group up or rotate more players to bath to help them contest it and clear it out. Let's say there's a wrangle mini here, you send your spy in from behind there, and you looks behind with a spy, your soldier walks in. If they're not turning for their spy, they're losing the wrangled mini and or soldier to it. If they are turning around for the spy, your soldier walks in. And it's just if your flank isn't playing passively on your side and waiting for the proper resources to be located in, then you're just going to keep having their flank get in from behind. So it's definitely have a flank caller your soldier, so just call, we're grouping our flank up from a push here, and just have them sit back on your ruins. They're able to be supported from your team, they're peeking sniper sight lines. And it puts you in a position where you can get all of your flank players up to push it at once, instead of just keep trying to contest it over and over again. Bath is very important, but you need to make sure you're actually able to commit to and control a fight there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
So it's usually spy, if you're having the most trouble with the mini, is good there. If you're having the most trouble with their soldier, pyro. If you're having trouble with their sniper, spy, kind of, yeah. And it's just you want to be calling specific players over and making sure you know when you're rotating them over. So it's you can have your pyro lead a bathhouse push here, reflect their soldier rockets back, and then pressure it off that. But then if your flank is just they keep trickling in, it's just asking for the enemy flank to get picks and going from behind. And also another benefit of that is that you're able to control their flank even if you're not actively pressuring the flank itself, which makes bathhouse a bit less bad for the enemy team to have. It's a bit less pressuring, yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other demos you want me to go over real quick?
If you want to do our last game that we played, we kind of rolled, but we obviously had mistakes because we
had a few more main players though, so
yeah. Let's see.
All right.
Posted.
Overall, for me personally, I feel the main caller, I believe she was the demo, really just wasn't into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she was really ready to leave at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
That's weird.
She just kept calling for the same play over and over again when it wasn't working and when I didn't have ad, and it was not great.
I would say either, you have a few options there. First, pause, sort it out immediately, just if you try and talk about it in the moment, a lot of the time it's going to come across the wrong way, people aren't really devoting their attention to the social side of things, and it's just going to become argumentative. So you can definitely use a pause for that is like 100% of valid use, and kind of going into that, like, you really just kind of want to work things out as a team, talk about things, because if you don't talk about an issue, it's just going to keep happening, so on and so forth. So it's like, just talk about them there, and maybe like have somebody else step up to the plate, like just work things out, be like, okay, maybe we can have our scout or medic or whatever class main call more here, like just take over. If the main caller's not really like if they're not able to make good calls anyways, or they're not winning, they're probably not having a good time anyways, and they're probably going to be like pretty open to just having somebody else take over, so that it's less pressure on them. It's just
we
like
usually have our hierarchy being a Jet, who's our demo, me, who's our spy, and then Cinderace, who's our medic. But 2 players were out, and so it was just like Cinderace in third, and then there's a different person who just took main caller up. So we just had no main calling there. Usually we would have like a proper main caller. It was weird. Ridge was the person who...
Ridge stepped up and started main calling, as well as I tried.
He let me know that Parappa was free and left the team like instantly, like literally as soon as they left, because they're friends, just like even outside of TF2. And he brought her in here, and she was. He told me that Parappa was good at main calling and was like pretty good at it, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, yeah. And so when we were to ring her, we could rely, but apparently that was just like him.
Yeah, it could be a one-day thing, but we'll see.
Yeah, sometimes people just have an off day. Sometimes like they also just like
they were just having a bad day.
Sometimes she was feeling. She was talking about chat, so I think she was also upset about chat.
Yeah, I'll probably restart this in a second. I'll go back to the demo itself in a second. Yeah. People are inconsistent a lot of the time. Sometimes the main caller's just not feeling it, and it's going to bleed into their calls anyways, and then it's just like, you got to take note of that, step up. The main caller will probably appreciate it. Yeah, like, they're probably not enjoying it if their calls aren't winning anyways, or if they're making the same calls over and over again. Like, it's a bit of an indication, I'd say. Otherwise, though, it's just like, sometimes you have good components on paper, but then they just don't really work out in execution. Like, sometimes things just, people don't like synergize, or they're so used to like how a certain team plays, and they kind of have expectations. Again, these are just a lot of things that you can kind of talk about, cover out of game, that'll really help you going into it. Just like planning more around your potential main caller, knowing about potential issues, so on and so forth. Yeah.
So, quick question, not to tell anything, but
yeah.
When trying to recapture the point, the good strategy would be to take the combo to the far left and then have flank take the bathhouse. Is that what I'm trying to understand here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Opposite of bathhouse.
I'd say having a heavy go in bathhouse as well is pretty good, though.
Okay.
Like, honestly, I'd say heavy shoulder bathhouse, engineer can be going into, or just be playing backline, and then your combo, like your scout, goes far with your demo man, basically, yeah.
Okay.
And then it's just like, your heavy is in a lot more of an effective position to force them, or to like pressure them to get out. And once you get them to force, your heavy's not really able to get it anyway, so it's like you might as well just have them go from a different angle from bathhouse. And then it's like, if you do take an exchange, you'll be on very mobile scout and demo man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see, here you send scout bathhouse. I will say you almost always want to send scout with combo and then just have like NG or sniper or pyre or something else go bathhouse to help. You really want your scout on point because they're able to block the enemy demo from physically aggressing. They're able to forward them early, especially on Lakeside, and they're able to just clean up on basically all the damage. Like, you do not want scout on flank. Like,
that's what I was saying before to our scout, but it didn't work out that way.
Ah, that's fair. I will say, like, that's probably fair about what cost to do the mid-fight, yeah. Let's see here, medics.
We'll ask him more to do that once we have main caller, second main caller, third main caller actually there.
Right.
Either way, so the game was still a win.
Yeah.
Is this like the scrim or the match?
This is a scrim for 9:30. Last one was 8:30 scrim. This is 9:30.
Scout gets caught out. Yes, okay, cool. It does look like your combos may be a little bit out of sync with their positioning here. Like, earlier it's like your demo was kind of backed out here, your medic was in bath, and then it's like your demo just got picked out, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just seems like maybe people don't have like that solid idea of like what they want to be doing here, like what the decision is going to be, yeah. Everybody's just sort of like scattered.
You'll definitely tell when we actually start main calling for a demo.
Okay.
I mean, we could bust out a demo where, you know, most people are present and are with our boys.
Sure. I will say you probably want, like, your soldier or flank or something to counter, like, to just deal with their soldier up there. It's a pretty free pick. They're not being supported by their team, and then it makes it a lot easier for you to bust flank. Your Sakian? Looks like it's a little bit out of sync, though, with how people die. Your soldier is, like, a good 4 or 5 seconds behind. You're heavy, along with your spy, yeah?
Yeah, just a string in.
Yeah, you just need to make sure you're all slacking at the same time.
Yeah, the sniper was watching me right there. That's why I'm crouching behind ruins.
Fear.
Yeah, he's just watching me.
So let's see. Yeah, like it's still kind of the same issue. Now you're rotating out, going far. Nah. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that they called, I started running far back, but it looks like I walked into a demo bomb. I was unaware of it.
You can almost always expect either a spy or some sort of bomber to be coming in from one of these two directions, wherever you're backing out. If it's not a bomber, it's going to be a spy, basically. You going for Kritzkrieg? Alright.
Yes, we went Kritzkrieg. And we had very good opportunities, but none of the stickies actually went towards the enemy.
That is fair. Their sniper should also almost always be dying, like, when their combo leaves them alone in bathhouse much sooner. Like, your demoman shouldn't have died to that sniper there. There should have been, like, a flank or something able to just hit him from the left side. But, I don't know.
Yeah, eventually the Kritzkrieg doesn't work out, and I have to switch back.
It was one full run.
Yeah,
basically.
I think if we had if we had Jet there, I'm pretty sure it would have worked.
Your players are taking fights much too late. You should not be fighting at this point. Why is your demoman walking?
Yeah. Yeah, I told our demoman maybe 10 or 12 times during the 2 rounds to back up and get in my heal range.
Well, it's not even just like the heal range though. Like, you just shouldn't be taking a fight when you're already down that many people. At this point, it's fine to be pressuring in though, but you don't really have anybody pressuring Bath. Like, so now it's just your soldier kind of slow rolling out.
Yep.
They're
and
able
that's
to just
the sniper in Bath. There's sniper in Bath that kills me.
Yeah.
When I wasn't right.
You should almost always have like 2 players pressuring Bathhouse, like from this side. Like, I'd really say soldier heavy usually, while the rest of your combo either goes like far here with your sniper and just plays for sniper, or they meet him like around here instead. Yeah, it's just like you don't have split pressure, you're losing people with sniper, same sorts of stuff as before. It does look like your team takes cover, scatters around, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all dive and win the point.
Yeah, probably calling to focus Bathhouse there, so you're all looking at Bathhouse, that's fine. Your team does focus fire calls?
Yes, we do.
Usually.
Good.
Yeah, usually.
Not this time, I didn't hear.
Hypothetically.
Not.
Scout has to try and salvage point here, yep.
Our focus is wholly reliant with Jet. Like, I don't even call focuses. It's just our...
What class?
Demo.
No, what class are you?
Oh, I am Spy.
You shouldn't be calling focuses as Spy. Like, you should be relying if somebody's super low. If you should only be calling focuses if it's like a super low player, like a medic or so, or like low HP in general. I will say it's fine for you to call a focus there. Otherwise, honestly, it should either be your demo, Scout, or Heavy. Scout is fantastic for it since they're cleanup anyways. Heavy is basically like, if your Heavy calls to focus something down, you should like, your Heavy starts showing them, they're gonna die. Demoman kind of generally like taking the most space, so on and so forth. Like, just one of those 3, yeah. Here, you have players back on your side of Bath. You're not really getting Wrath presence. You're getting a few picks off Sniper. Bit of a slow mid-fight. I'd say probably back out at this point. You're not really getting much done. You're just sort of like half and halving it behind Obelisk here. You're definitely staying in too long on these fights. Like,
yeah, I was definitely unaware because I see teammates, so I don't know whether or not to back out or not.
If you see them getting a lot of point presence and you see your team is just sitting behind and you're already starting to be down players, just call to back out at that point. Like, here's the thing. They're playing wide on the point. you have to spam on every angle, go for to meet them, and if you're not doing that, all they have to do is just shoot one angle here, basically, and then you either drop, get forced, or you all take so much damage. Like, you basically either have to go forward to contest them, or you back out. Like, don't just half commit to it by waiting for something to happen. Nothing is gonna happen. You have to take matters into your own hands and either commit to going forward, or to back out further,
Yeah.
basically.
Because you're struggling with Tyler because he was like, arrow
Yeah,
me?
he
And then he
moved every
stopped.
time.
I'm sorry. I
You
realized I
stop,
was.
I arrow, you move.
Yeah, I realized I was doing that.
Or somebody will call for arrow, but they're still moving, and then I wait for them to stop, and they don't stop.
Your flank should not be taking this fight. Your combo is in no position to support them. Yeah. Oh, like, it is kind of a main caller thing, but it's also just sort of like a game sense thing. Like, if your combo is out of a fight, like, your flank should know that they're just gonna get picked off one by one, even if they get picks themselves. Like, it's probably not gonna matter that much. Like, it's better to wait for your team to spawn together, basically, there, and then to go for something. Because it's like the enemy team on the defense is having to react, so the more players you have that can potentially force a reaction from them, the exponentially higher chances of something good happening for your team is, basically.
Oh, don't let me dang.
Oh. Yes, don't know, watching a dance floor there. That can be heavy a lot of the time in downtime, or pyre, really, just anybody. Like, if you're not actively peeking angle, you're not needing to shoot at somebody, just be watching back for spy.
Yeah, I'm usually good at it, but not there.
At times.
Except I normally look at dance floor. I don't look at health pack.
I feel like it's like if you're looking at dance floor, you kind of should be like, if you're looking back at Jello, you should be able to like be cognizant of all the angles, as long as you know like spy can come in from all those. It's like all you need to do is just look in that general vicinity. It takes time though. Engineer gaming. See, your soldier is pressuring it, so it is a bit of a better push for your team now. You're getting point time.
It's crazy because they kept taking bath, but they never actually defended point with it.
So it's like you're able to just get point, and then you're able to just collapse.
Yeah, I just saw earlier we just corner capped from the far end of point.
Good on your team. Good on your team for picking up on that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Rich's call. It was really good.
Goog. It looks like your team is starting to like get some split pressure there. Your soldier is pressuring it. They're all just clustering, doing nothing. Yeah, it's good. These solo snipers should be dying more.
Yeah.
You can really just like have a soldier bomb, or have your spy, or have your sniper deal with them, or even just a scout like jumping onto here if their team's like all
yeah.
wiped.
Luckily, he was putting his dot on near the torch, and when I was standing in bath, I would call out that he's on bats because I can see his dot.
That's fair. It just seems like your team has a tendency to like let solo snipers live.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Lakeside is so determined by sniper. You should be taking your scout in on this.
Yeah, I tried. He's like a flopping fish.
That's fair. Big flopper.
I couldn't find him.
Medic probably would have died if scout went in, but you end up getting denying point. It's close to the end of the round anyway. It's not the biggest deal. You get a good collapse on them, so that's fine.
Yeah, I just flashed everybody. He was being focus fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely fair. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like your team is just starting to pressure things from more angles, taking smarter fights. That's the main difference there. Like, you have multiple things pressuring Bath, you're punishing them team for playing Bath incorrectly.
That's 2 of our main players added from the 4 ringers from last game.
Yeah. I still feel like you could be playing around the enemy sniper a lot more, like punishing them for being out of position, and then just playing around your own sniper more, like especially on Lakeside.
Yeah, because usually on Lakeside, the sniper is like never with their combo.
Right.
They're like so far.
So it's like flank if anything, but then it's like if they have literally nobody else up. I do want to probably pay a little bit more attention to sniper now.
I know their spy was always trying to kill our sniper.
Yeah, but your sniper's playing with flanks, that kind of evens out. Your sniper's peeking ruins. Your team is kind of pressuring with them. Yeah, it's fine. Definitely have your sniper peeking into them when they're trying to take ruins there. Spy's called behind. Yeah, I definitely see what you mean. They get Bath, and then it's just like they take a year to do anything with it. You're backing out here? No? What? They're not walking at you? You're not backing out? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I
AM.
guess they know
AM
that I
moment.
have, so they took it. This is bad. Don't watch this.
Sniper battles.
Don't watch that. I swear I crouched underneath the heavy.
Yeah, I'd definitely say, like, play, like, there's...
I should have been playing, yeah, either behind Obelisk, for sure.
Not even necessarily behind Obelisk, just, like, over here, be ready, because if you are Ubering, it's gonna be right into here anyways with your demo pyre or, like, demo heavy. I'd really say demo pyre is good, though, because your pyre physically shoves them back. Like, and it's like, your scat's not getting past them, your heavy's getting air blasted back, demo pyre right into here, they can't deny it. Really.
Yeah.
Or you just, like, play far, you still, like, use this as cover, though, you peek with your sniper along here, so that way their sniper is dying if their sniper's going for you there, and if not, it's like, you still live, you don't even need to actively peek them, you can use this as cover, and then it's like, you can rotate over here when your team is ready to pressure bathhouse itself. But it's like, most importantly, get your sniper along here, then you're Ubering around, like, here, so don't be peeking point, basically. As medic, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are just so many angles where you can get shot from just be using all the cover on the map, basically, yeah. Bathhouse, yep, cool.
And we get the dispenser armor.
Should anybody be playing near point slash
yes.
to the right now?
Scout and soldier.
Scout and soldier. Flank.
Yeah. Basically, it's like the main reason for that is if their sniper goes here like this, your flank basically just rolls them. Otherwise, they give you early call where their combo is going, like far right, main, and they're able to prevent their flank or like solo players from getting in on you. And then it's like they can just back up, play closer to combo if need be.
Yeah,
but basically,
I was also calling for a sniper to like be in bath watching right, but it wasn't really happening. Everybody was watching flank.
Yeah, no, you need your flank, like, swinging outwards, giving you early calls. Buying time, really, is the main thing, and just denying the enemy team control. It's like, your team does have some map control here, but you never really, like, it doesn't seem like your team is playing, like, for the map, like, they don't really have map control as a whole. It's more they have, like, certain sections under control, and so there's almost always, like, ways you're letting the enemy team get on you. Like, for instance, their flank, when you're losing flank fights, you just basically aren't controlling any of that side of the map. When you have Bath, you're not controlling, like, pretty much any of the map besides Bath. Like, it just seems like maybe your team's tunnel visioning a bit too much, yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, it's like we would have like 6, 7, maybe even 8 players in Bathhouse all looking at ruins.
Yeah.
Like even our sniper would be looking down their tunnel instead of like
over here,
standing on the torch or something.
Yeah, you want your sniper like peeking around here, so we're just like peeking passively around here. Your demo man with your scout should be the ones like swinging out, dealing with this. Your heavy should be shooting towards here. Your pyre was basically rotating to help whichever side, so you don't have to use as fast. I would normally say it's a bit better around here though, because like heavy soldiers peek around here, you can just kind of shove them back or like deal with their demo man. And then it's like the rest of your players can sort of just do whatever, but you need your sniper watching right here, so... And then you just need the rest of your players actually controlling the map and, like, playing to their class's strengths, yeah. Here, again, you don't have any other map control, so it's like all the enemy team has to do is shoot this one angle, and you have no other way to deal with them. You have to use to contest them. Whereas, even if you have, like, 1 or 2 players over here, you have exponentially higher players, higher chances of being able to do something without having to use immediately. Buying their team's not playing the best, so it's not the biggest deal either, but you don't want to really rely on the enemy team being bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried doing that.
Send more people to flank when we have sight. Thumbs up emoji.
Yes. And then, like, if you're having trouble passively on flank in the downtime, like, when your team isn't holding bathhouse, like, when you're trying to actually take point, then just, like, make sure you're calling things that you want to rotate over, be calling specific players, just have a plan, basically. Don't just keep slogging out and losing players to bath and letting their flank get in from behind. Those are the 2 main things, yeah.
And flank, when we do have point, is playing passively to grab information or deny sniper. They are not trying to 1v1 and win.
No,
not at all. They are playing passive.
They are buying. They're buying time, giving information, and making sure their sniper can't just freely peek, basically. And your flank, like, your scout can be swinging wide, getting full buffs, helping deal around this. So jump up here, full buff, deny sniper around here, soldier jumps around here. They have so much mobility that it's very hard for them to actually be caught in as long as they're rotating around a lot. Like, they should just be constantly rotating, denying the enemy team control, yeah, and buying time, giving info, yeah.
That's big. That's big info.
Big.
Yeah, so as soon as we take bathhouse, they just need to go to the other side of the map and switch sides, and they
basically, yeah. But your NG
house.
does stay here though. Like, make sure you have dispenser up, keep a wrangled many, and I would say heavy pyro peek around here, demo peeks around here, and then scout rotates around it to help as necessary. Like, if the call is made, their man, your scout's helping around here anyways. And then
Spy just plays the game.
Yeah, basically, your spy can be honestly going for players on their ruins when they're distracted, or your spy can be calling, like, where their sniper's peeking, so on and so forth. It's really just important to know where they're pushing from, and to have a plan to deal with it, and making sure you're not entirely neglecting either side. Your team gets good picks here, you don't have bathhouse, their team isn't supporting their players on point though, so you're able to just start pressuring it out. I would say you want to be aggressing more on them in bathhouse though, you're just sort of... I don't know, you're edging point a bit, but then, like, there isn't much, like, your demo man is just sort of playing roamer, you're not actively pressuring that much, so it's like, there's a decent chance of you just losing players here, or if they decide to play the game,
at that point, our demo just kept walking to bathhouse, walking to bathhouse with soldier to play with. I don't know why they were doing that.
Sixes. I don't know. Playing with the pocket
sixes, yep.
Yeah, they're a sixes player, so that makes sense.
Wow, okay, I've solved the code. So you see here, like, just a little bit of an example, like, it's not the same exact scenario, but your scout plays along, like, your scout basically just forces their sniper back. They lose a huge amount of map control because sniper controls basically the entire map on Lakeside. Having your soldier over here can be fine, yeah, that's just like rotate over to deal with them occasionally, but if they're called ruins, having a soldier is fairly huge, yeah. Engineers.
This is where I left bathhouse afraid and I had to walk back.
The lost and found.
Yeah, I was so afraid I just ran back to Obelisk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, your scout should be roaming around more instead of your NG. Your scout is much more mobile than your NG, and your NG is able to do a lot more because Wrangler and Mini Sentry in here. Basically, just swap that.
Yeah, late in the game here, our bathhouse players, they go into their ruins, so we start playing.
Also, always have a dispenser in bathhouse if you're holding bathhouse.
Yeah, we've been calling for it.
Okay, that's good.
But for some reason, we held W out into their ruins and died and lost bathhouse.
Gaming. Yeah, you don't really want to be going into their ruins unless you have Gigapix and their mechs playing around here without Uber anyways. Like, at most you would just want to be going into them with an Uber here. Just let them slog it out. You have the big advantage on this doorway with Lispam. And if they keep trying to fight ruins, that means they're not fighting from point, which means you are not losing bathhouse, which means you're not losing point. And you are getting dummy point time for doing absolutely nothing, basically. Spy.
Yeah.
I'd honestly say as medic, like, if it's called they're using their spy, like, if you're not counter using and you don't have their spy is probably going in to try and salvage anyways. You can just be latching onto, like, your scouters or any player, and then just be looking behind anyways. You'll have more movement speed if you're walking forward than backward anyways.
Yeah. We just need to get our scout on our combo. On that side at least.
Even if not, though, it's just, like, trust your team a bit as medic. And just make sure you don't solo die to spy. Like, you can be looking around pretty safely there, I'd say, as long as you're still able to beam someone. Your team needs to be walking at them here. Your bathhouse players need to be peeking into them, your soldier needs to be bombing there. They are all in the same exact corner, they died as soldier bomb, your heavy gets gigabaited there. Don't let that happen. I don't know. It definitely does feel like there's some, like, baiting going on as well. Like, especially with, like, heavy walks, sometimes it's just like, I don't know if your heavy's doing the baiting, if he's calling it, or if your team's baiting him. But one of the two is happening. And it's
I
just
don't
like,
know. Our heavy was making plays like I'm gonna do something stupid, and he would run out there like I was doing right now. He literally he called out that he was gonna go do something stupid.
I mean more when it's like a cross-point specific, like, and their team's all like staying in to fight them. It's very punishable, especially if their med's just staying out in the open there. Like, it should be something your team follows up on.
Yeah.
Supporting your heavy on point here, he dies. You should probably be walking their side here, I'd say, though. Have your soldier bomb their sniper there. They're down demo, like heavy pyro or whatever, heavy demo. I think their demo might have just taken whatever. Like, they're down a lot there. Basically, they're down their heavy. You can really easily walk into them, and if your soldier bombs in for sniper, you don't need to worry about sniper anyways. I definitely say just like capitalize off of the picks you have more, punish the enemy team more.
Yeah, I get spammed out by their demo, but our team wins this.
Alright.
I think.
Sniper should be dying to.
Yeah, sniper's for HP. He gets
That should be your scout. Like, your scout should just shoot them once. And your demo man can be focusing on the heavy. Like, scout is so amazing for cleanup. I don't know if you know the exact health there.
And as a thing with our scout being on combo, so like when we open, they open the game and we're going to mid fight. Should scout be with the combo on mid fight, or should they be with soldier?
They should be with combo.
Okay, so like if say they have 3 people going for bathhouse, take bathhouse control, that means we're just gonna lose it because we're just gonna take point with our scout.
Yeah, pretty much. Your scout can walk into bathhouse from the side there. Your engineer can be like helping your soldier bathhouse. Your pyro can rotate bathhouse. But it's just, like, honestly, it's just like your scout does so little in bathhouse compared to on point. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Take Lakeside. Like, your scout can literally just like walk in and basically like insta kill their demo if their demo's a little bit injured. Like, scout does so much around obelisk and point in specific because there's so many little angles they can commit from. And it's like, you can still have relative flank control with like an engineer or something, if not more than a scout. Rather than having it be your engineer combo and your scout on flank. You just always want your scout going flank there, combo there pretty much, unless it's specifically called that you're rushing bathhouse on the mid fight.
And is that like more so on Lakeside or just about the same on every other Koth?
Lakeside and product.
Okay.
Lakeside, product, Cascade, Astral is a very flank-centric map for scout.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I had the idea and I was trying to explain it, but I wasn't gonna tell them what to do because it's not like I'm any division higher than them.
And if you think you have like a solution to like a problem you see, there's no harm in just talking about it, giving input. Being on a team means you work together.
Yeah. Our scout was doing pretty well anyways.
That's fair.
So, how'd it go tonight?
So we had maybe 3 or 4, maybe 4 ringers against the 830, and I wasn't there for the 830 unfortunately, but
I was the med for 830. We got steamrolled. Yeah. It was gross.
Oh shit!
And that was Georgian soil. Yeah, the first seeded team in AM. But our second scrim against Yang, we rolled them.
Oh,
Cat Cafe.
Real quick. Is there anything else you want me to go over? Or should
wait! You guys beat Cat Cafe?
Yeah, we beat Cat Cafe.
Oh, they're undefeated, aren't they? Right now, but we put them defeated.
Yeah, they're like 18-0.
So real quick, is there anything else you guys want me to go over, or should I go ahead and end the recording now?
I think we're good unless
Yeah,
anybody
you
has
could kill it.
unless anybody has class questions.
Oh yeah,
Smago wants to ask questions.
I'm trying to watch the stream, but it's not loading for me.
Oh no, it's because
it's minimized.
The stream is it's over.
What were we talking about when I joined? Because I didn't get.
We were demo reviewing Lakeside. We pretty much just finished.
Lakeside?
Yeah, we just finished through Lakeside review.
So I saw like the call out locations, the one you sent me, Altrex, but I need to like know more positioning.
Okay, I got positions.
Yeah, sniper positions. Yes.
Okay.
We got.
Just run a sniper.
Because
Rich could tell you because Rich has been.
Yeah, I'll ask him because 86 really didn't give me any good a good spots, so I'm like looking for that.
Yeah, I will tell you some things to do real quick though. I'm not gonna go over spots. You can do that with Ridge. Yeah, when your team has point, if you play here, you basically solo win the game.
Or standing up towards by your door.
Last night when sorry.
What was that?
Last night I joined in last second when we were doing the review. Who went over the review last night?
Last night was Randy.
Randy. Okay, he told me about the candle spot, or
Yeah,
the
torch
land.
spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. That's
Really
all
good.
he told me.
Another thing that's really, really important. If your team is trying to fight Bathhouse, have your combo swing out far left with you. You can test it from this angle down here. If your team doesn't want to go with you, then peek it from bats, I'd say. But definitely, you need to be peeking this angle to contest it, pretty much.
We
far left
need
with your combo.
We need to SBS.
And this means, this is, it really allows your team to, play around and support you, and it forces the enemy team to come out and meet you. But then it's if you try and play Ruins and peek it from there, you're basically getting nothing done. They are not going to just keep peeking this little angle, and their sniper's going to have basically free reign over all of the rest of the map. That's the biggest thing, be very cognizant of Bathhouse. That is the most game-winning spot as sniper.
Mm-hmm.
To counterplay it, otherwise
if we have and we're in Bathhouse, we're expecting you to be in there with us.
Oh, I will.
Good. Yeah. The most important thing, just different sniper, I'm pretty sure, but they just weren't really working with their team along the left side. I think a lot of the time they're just Ruins, and it's just they weren't really able to break the Bathhouse as a result.
Looking Ruins, he was looking main.
Yeah, it's if you're not doing that, you're not really breaking the Bathhouse hold, basically.
Yeah, because they literally white peeked through this far side 4 times in a row, even though we should have realized that hey, our sniper needs to be watching that now.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Think that'll be it from now.
I will end the recording then.